afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Evergreen's Habitat for Humanity annual Raising the Roof event. Thank you so much for joining us today as we meet some of our Habitat families and share news about what's upcoming and, of course, celebrate the many amazing accomplishments we've been able to do this year. Behind me, you'll see all these Habitat homes that were built almost a decade ago, reminding us this year is even more special than ever as we celebrate our 30th birthday here in Clark County. For 30 years, we've been building strength and stability and creating life-changing opportunities for families in our own community. Over the next 40 minutes, we'll be celebrating not only this past year, but 30 years of homes and hope. So I want to kick off today by saying thank you. Thank you to each and every person who has joined us virtually today, and thank you to every hand, every heart, and every voice that's been part of our journey over the past 30 years. We wouldn't be here today celebrating another year without you. As we join together in this virtual space for the second year in a row, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this year did not come without challenge. In many ways, this year was harder than last as we navigated the nuance of ever-evolving COVID pandemic and the repercussions it's left in its wake. As someone who has dedicated her life to serving my community through medicine, my role has never been more challenging and never felt more vital. I see firsthand each and every day the devastation COVID-19 brings to our friends, neighbors, and loved ones. Alongside these effects, though, I also see a fierce resiliency and an abundance of hope within our community. And that hope comes from each and every one of you. Every person who's channeled their feelings through this past year into action. Those of us who look to each other, look to our neighbors to ask, who can I serve today? On the heels of another challenging year, I can't wait to take these next 40 minutes with you to dive into the many beautiful things we've accomplished over this year and over the last 30 years. I'd like to start by introducing the Prival-Larsen family. David and Shelley are looking forward to the independence and freedom that comes from owning a Habitat home, from painting the walls to getting a new pet, to just having the space to cook family meals together. David and Shelley are the embodiment of the resiliency I just spoke about. They have supported each other through their journeys to sobriety and have raised their daughter Darby. They have built a life together by constantly seeking the best in each other and the best for their family. Their next step in creating a bright future is the purchase of their Habitat home.
I'm Dave, this is Shelley, and this is Darby, and this is my family.
The reason we applied is because rents are going up so high all the time, and we don't make a whole lot of money, and I don't know, I just kept feeling like we were edging closer and closer to homelessness. We were concerned for our health, and whether or not we were going to wind up being a statistic, whether we were both working or not, because of the increases of everything that's going on.
She cried for a minute,
Cried.
and I felt great. I was like, wow, and thank you. And
Thank God.
It was amazing, and that made our Christmas. It was just before Christmas.
I enjoyed the sweat equity. I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed building homes because, it's a community building other people's homes. And I just, I did construction in high school, and I just thought I could help, and it was fun. I loved the volunteers.
Yeah. Since we were accepted, it was, I don't really know how to describe it. I mean, it was amazing to get the house, and it seems like when you're doing good things happen to you, and that's definitely true.
So with this place, I hope we can have more space for all of us to enjoy our time together. Because with us all three in the living room, it's kind of harder for us to sit in there and be in there. So with the more open space, I think we can have that better connection, and we can feel more comfortable being all in the same tiny room.
But behind you, there's this little area that used to be a dog run. That's gonna be my garden. I want my own garden again. And then Darby has the part that was actually the kennel. We're gonna take that roof piece off, clean it out, and that's gonna be her little garden area where she can do whatever she wants with. And then we're making David clean the rest of the yard. But those are our responsibility.
For Christmas, we drive around the nicer neighborhoods and look at all the lights and stuff. And
Thinking about what we would like to do.
We got
to
one
ours.
window we got lights in.
Yeah,
you know, and
that's the
it.
back window, because that's the only window we have facing the outside. Other than my window, which we have to.
So we can have a sleigh, we can have Santa, we can have reindeer, we can have all that stuff in the front.
Nativity.
Grinch.
All in all, I could say I couldn't be happier, and I couldn't have done this without my great family.
Yeah. The support. And then all of you guys. I mean, you guys have been rooting for us.
Everybody
since
from
day
Habitat's
one.
been so nice to us, and we really appreciated that.
For me, like, getting the house is like a really big deal for me, because I've never been in an actual house. I've lived in other apartments, or I've lived with family, but like not actually had our own house before. And so I'm really excited for it.
What an amazing story, and what an incredible honor to be building a home in partnership with Dave, Shelley, and Darby. They've worked so hard to put in their sweat equity hours and waited very patiently for this momentous day to arrive. For Dave, Shelley, and Darby, this new home represents stability. It represents strength and self-reliance. It represents overcoming adversity and resilience. This home represents a new beginning and hope for the future. We couldn't be more excited to dedicate this home and hand over the keys to its brand new owners, the Prival-Larsen family. And now, join us as we head over to see the family right now at their newly completed home on 69th Street.
Thank you so much for joining us today for one of Habitat's most joyous celebrations, where we welcome home a new family. Normally for a home dedication, this yard would be filled with volunteers, staff members, board members, and sponsors, and our community all lifting our hearts and hands in support and celebration of Shelley, David, and Darby. And while we all can't be together today, we know that you are with us in spirit, sending your positivity, hope, and blessings for this family. While this home was built a little bit differently this year due to COVID restrictions, we'd still like to acknowledge the incredible volunteers and home sponsors who've been instrumental in continuing our mission. We really couldn't do it without them. For Shelley and David's home, we'd like to thank those volunteers who contributed hours to this home during these challenging times. And we'd also like to celebrate and acknowledge Holly and Rick Valkema, who are sponsors for this home. So while our celebration today may look just a little bit different, our traditions remain the same. So I'd like to pause in reflection for just a moment as I offer this blessing to this family and this home. May this home be blessed. May good fortunes follow those who pass through these doors. May this place be a place of happiness, hope, health, generosity, and contentment. May these floors provide a stable place to stand. May these walls soak in the sounds of laughter and love. May this roof hold strong and these roots sink deep. May those who visit and those who live here only know blessing and peace. This is a home, a place of safety and joy. This is a home to rest and create. This is a home for you, Shelley, David, and Darby. This is a home, may it be blessed by all of our hearts, united together as one. So now at this time, I would like to celebrate and honor our family today who will be receiving this home. So Shelley, David, and Darby, would you like to say a few words?
Hi, I'm Shelley. And first I would like to thank Rick and Holly for your absolute generosity of this home. You don't even understand what this means to us. And make sure that Jim knows that too, okay? And I want to thank Sarah for being here with me. She supported me through all of this for the last 2 years, not even stopping once, just encouraging me. And when I was starting to lose hope when COVID hit, she kept pushing me through it. To Melissa and Josh and everyone at Habitat for helping me and encouraging me to keep going. And to all the volunteers who worked all their blood, sweat, and tears into this home. Without you guys, it wouldn't even exist. So I want to say thank you from all of you.
Thank you, Shelley. So we'd also like to give the opportunity to Holly and Rick Valkema, who have been sponsors for this home, to say a few words.
Thanks, Olivia. So we are delighted to be able to do this. These are my parents. I get emotional, obviously. I was very fortunate. I had a safe and a stable, secure home. There was joy, there was faith, there was love in the home. And I just am praying that same blessing for you all. Yeah, and so it's our honor to be able to give back in some way, and we just hope that that joy and that love is there for you also. So thank you for the opportunity.
This is sweet.
Thank you. You can hold on to that. So we are just moments away from handing the keys over to this family, but we have one final celebration and tradition that we would like to give them, and that is the presentation of gifts. So every Habitat for Humanity homeowner has received these gifts, and so we would like to present these to you. And it contains bread, so that you may never know hunger. It contains salt, so that your life may always have flavor. And it also contains wine, so that joy and prosperity may reign forever in this home.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now is my favorite part. Shelley, David, and Darby, we know this has been such a long wait for you. We are so proud of you and all of your accomplishments. Welcome home. Yep. Go ahead, either one.
Oh, this is awesome.
Wow.
I don't like
The
it.
floor is beautiful.
I like it. It smells like me.
Oh, look at the rock. They turned out amazing.
Oh, this is so awesome.
I actually like the tops.
This is the backsplash, right?
I know, that's what I just said.
That's so cool. This is so
Oh my
cool.
gosh. I can't believe it. I actually turned out that good. I was worried about it.
It actually looks nice with this. Because see, it matches the sun.
That is so neat. Beautiful.
Wow.
This is awesome.
Yeah. This turned out better than what I expected. We weren't sure because we argued over the colors. You should have seen us. It was a nightmare. Everyone wanted something different.
Well, there's a cross.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Unless you want to do laundry.
Check out the bathrooms and stuff.
That's the,
Water heater. Yes.
oh my god, it turned out amazing.
Oh, wow.
See, I said we got the dark ones
That's
first.
so neat.
You're welcome.
I'm surprised.
I love it.
The extra room.
Oh, the light's beautiful too.
Yeah, I like it.
Turned out really
I
nice.
like how Doug only did that.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Go my room. Go my room. Yeah. I like it.
Okay, this is, wow.
It's tiny, but
I like it. It's amazing.
I know you wanted to check
That's
down.
it. Yeah. It's just empty. That's how I want it. Wow, see?
Oh, yeah. This is big, big bathroom. I love it. This is so pretty.
Yeah, I like the one.
Oh, look.
Did I pick this one?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Wow, this is amazing.
Yeah, it sure is. So happy.
Yeah.
That worked.
Wow. Hi, everyone. Where's this going?
Thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations to Shelley, David, and Darby. This is honestly one of our favorite moments to watch the joy of you experiencing your new home. For every family that we are privileged to witness their story, we know that the significance of what is happening here in this mission is so important, and the desperate need for what we do here. For every family like Shelley and David and Darby, we know that there's another anxiously awaiting for this life-changing opportunity. Over and over, we know that a stable home leads to strength, stability, and self-reliance. And we can make that a reality for more and more families in Clark County, but we need your help. Your support today, your voice, and your belief in Habitat's bold strategies together will be the building of the future foundation for more and more families just like Shelley and David. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.
What a monumental day it is to celebrate the Prival-Larsen family, their brand new Habitat home, the amazing donors and volunteers that help make this possible, and the joy that this home will bring for generations to come. Congratulations to Dave, Shelley, and Darby. Not only does Evergreen Habitat make the dream of homeownership a reality for families in Clark County, but Habitat is also working hard to help homeowners restore and maintain their homes through our critical home repair project. The deck completed by Evergreen Habitat for Humanity allowed Micah, facing ALS, to join his children outside and watch them play in his final years of life. Lorraine's mobility challenges left her unable to step into her shower. Habitat provided an accessible shower that she could easily walk into, allowing her to remain safely in her own home. With a newly installed wheelchair ramp by Habitat, Sylvia's life was changed for the better, providing her access and independence. These are just a few examples of the amazing and life-changing work happening through the Critical Home Repair Program. Habitat partners with low-income homeowners to complete needed home improvements addressing critical health and safety issues. This program helps preserve affordable housing in our community and often helps homeowners to continue to live independently and securely in their homes. This program started in 2011 and expanded in 2019 to include both exterior and interior repairs, and it's addressing a critical community need. Join us as we hear about our latest critical home repair happening now.
There's no $50 repair. We're in thousands of dollars. I'm Wayne Pollock. I am the Repair Program Manager at Evergreen Habitat for Humanity here in Vancouver, Washington. The mission of the Repair Program is to allow people to stay in their homes, to safely live in their homes, and to keep the market value up. It's really helping the community. We have a really great need, particularly for a lot of seniors in Clark County. But what we're seeing is that there aren't any small projects. All of ours are roof replacement, big repairs of porch, wheelchair ramps, and all of those are expensive, and they're major projects.
We knew the bathtub was bad, but I guess it was really getting ready to fall in, or we would have been falling in with it. So my name is Jill Plowski. I grew up here, but I married him, moved to Boston, and I wanted to get back home. This is my home. Well, the porch was pretty well gone, and we had if a fire broke out, it would have to be in the front door we used. So that really helped us. The big deal is getting the porch. We didn't have the finance to do it. We just prayed there was no fire.
It was a porch replacement. And when I demolished it or tore it off, all the siding was rotted. And then when I got under the house, that was full of water. then there was a leak in the bathroom. So it just became a big project and way bigger than the scope of work was originally intended.
Relief. Kept us less from going into depth. We couldn't have afforded it, really. There's just no way. It's been a great experience. Very friendly people. They always let you know when they're going to come in the house. There's been no problem with them.
Now more than ever, you can see there's no affordable housing. So it's really important to be able to have an organization like Habitat that provides that for individuals so they can be homeowners. I would love to see 10 years down the road, like 3 full-time carpenters and myself and multiple projects happening at once. That to me is really important because Clark County is big and there's a lot of people out there that need work done.
Don't be as scared to ask for help if you need it, because it's been a blessing. Don't hesitate, do it.
With this investment, we are helping homeowners continue to live in safe, decent homes for years to come. Neighborhoods are being revitalized, and affordable housing inventory is preserved in our community. This program would not be possible without the generosity of our community. Will you join us in supporting Evergreen Habitat for Humanity's critical home repair program?
This past year and a half, we've been filled with many trials, all of which have had a direct impact on our work at Evergreen Habitat for Humanity. As we rounded the corner to 2021, Evergreen Habitat for Humanity began facing its next major challenge, the rising cost of lumber and building materials. As we finalized the designs and drawings for each of the 9 homes at the new Johnson Village subdivision, it became increasingly clear that the cost of building a simple and decent Habitat home has increased dramatically in the past year. The same is true for our home repair projects. Let's head over and hear from Courtney Patterson, our construction manager, and Jess Reynolds, our construction site coordinator, on the challenges we're facing right now.
Hi, I'm Courtney Patterson, and I'm the construction manager here at Evergreen Habitat.
And I'm Jess. I'm the construction site coordinator here at Habitat, as well as the AmeriCorps site supervisor.
This year has been challenging in so many ways for the entire construction industry. And this last year alone, we've seen prices skyrocket on so many different building materials. Jess and I are here to give you some examples of how those price increases and other issues have affected us directly here on the Habitat site.
As Courtney just pointed out, yes, this build has specifically been extra in cost recently. We put some sheathing outside here to attach the frame into the foundation, since this is a house that is built in 2 parts and had to be moved onto the foundation. Those pieces are normally about $30, $40, but we were paying $73, and we only bought 7 of those sheets, and that came out to $515. So as you can see, just that small amount right there really adds up over time. But that hasn't been the only obstacle. Another obstacle we've been facing recently is not only just having an issue with the availability of supplies, but as well as long lead times, making planning and building just extra hard this year for us.
As we put the final touches on our house here at 69th Street behind us, we recognize that there's still more challenges ahead. Jess and I are both really excited to lead the construction on our next project being built of 9 homes over at our Johnson Village subdivision. But as bids have come in for those, and as infrastructure work will soon be beginning and putting in all the roads, the utilities, the sidewalks, all of that, we realize that those bids are also higher than we had originally estimated. But we'll be able to keep going, and with your help, our work will definitely be able to continue.
And thank you again to all of our donors and our volunteers for your continued support during all these difficult building efforts.
Thanks, Jess and Courtney. We appreciate all of your hard work on the site. And thank you to the Pulaski family and Dave, Shelley, and Darby. We are so excited for both of you, both for your new home, for your repair project, and just can't wait to see how your families blossom in the future here. I want to take a minute and just also thank all of the incredible sponsors and their support for making this event happen today. You know, especially during a pandemic when we've transitioned from in-person events to virtual events, your support as businesses and community organizations and individuals is just so appreciative and allows us to continue building for the future. So thank you for your support, and hopefully next year we can gather in person. Many of you know me already, but I'm Josh Townsley. I'm the Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity. This is 10 or 11 years now that we've been putting this event together, that I've been here and blessed to be able to talk to all of you and share about what's happening in the future. And this year, you know, it's been an interesting year again. I've been thinking a lot the last few weeks about the word resiliency. Many of you might not know this, but prior to my work with Habitat, I was a volunteer firefighter out on Sauvie Island for roughly 7 or 8 years. We did a lot of house calls for fires, people following, medical calls, car accidents. But a big part of our job was also just educating the community and making the community more resilient for natural disasters like earthquakes and particularly for Sauvie Island floods. I actually went down to Hurricane Katrina, or responded to Hurricane Katrina after that event in 2005 as well, and worked there. So I've been thinking a lot about that term, resiliency, and what does it mean? It's about bouncing back after times of roughness, after challenging times, after disasters or other things that happen in your life. The ability to bounce back and come together as a community, as a family. You know, it occurs to me that Habitat, we do a really good job about building homes, about building community. And we always talk about it's so much more than just a home. It's more than 4 walls and a roof. It's about the ability to celebrate together, to grieve together, to educate your kids, to work from home. And that's been so much more true in the last 2 years. But despite having 4 walls and a roof and all those things a home provides, we can't protect our families from the pandemic, from other things that have happened this year, job losses, health challenges, losses of school and workplaces and having to be at home. We can't protect our families from those things happening. But that's what a home is about. It's not just about a safe place to sleep, it's about resiliency. It's about having that place where a family can come together and bounce back and be strong and self-reliant and empowered and come together. So I'm proud, you know, it's been a rough 2 years for all of us, myself included, but I'm proud of the work we've continued to do at Habitat with staff and the board and our volunteers and all of your support to continue making our families more resilient. I'm standing here today at Johnson Village. We had hoped that by now we'd be building homes, and we're pretty close. We have final approval from the City of Vancouver. We've selected a contractor, and as soon as we get materials in stock, you know, there's a huge shortage right now of materials. They're going to dig this up, put in the street, and we'll be building homes. Hopefully here in the next few weeks you will see this ground broken up and streets coming in. And it's with all of your support that we're going to be able to build for those 9 more families. You heard from Jess and Courtney and others that the cost of materials has gone way up. It's hard to find the materials, but we've done our best to continue building as fast and as efficient and as strong as we can this year, and we are so excited about these 9 homes that will come in here and the 9 families we're selecting right now. Repairs continue to go strong. Wayne and his staff and all of our volunteers continue to support that program as well, and we're excited to keep working in the community to make sure families are resilient, that they're able to stay in their homes, stay strong, adapt to challenging times, and be in a healthy community. So we're here today asking for your support. Obviously, all of this happens because of your continued support, your time, your heart, your voices. 2020 and 2021 have not been the years we expected, not the years we wished for. But in the end, I don't regret any of it. It's made us as a community, as staff, as board, as an organization more resilient, more strong, more healthy, and it's focused our vision on what's really important. So we're asking you today, you'll see some links in the video down at the bottom as well as on our social media and our email. Continue to support us. Whether that's you're able to give $1 or $5 or $1,000, whatever it is, those hard-earned dollars that you contribute today will go towards making this community and the next community and the next community after that, and those families in your communities that need a repair, and the families in Fourth Plain Corridor that we're going through neighborhood revitalization. It'll work towards making all of those families and neighborhoods more resilient. Thank you.
Why did I apply for a Habitat house?
We are a big family of 6, and our home at the time was tiny, only 720 square feet.
Our family was kind of split, but that was all because we couldn't find a place for all of us to live.
Rents are going up so high all the time. I don't know, I just kept feeling like we were edging closer and closer to homelessness.
I always thought about wanting to be a homeowner and never thought I would be able to be one. I did finally qualify, and it's just been an amazing process.
Surprisingly enough, we were accepted. and it was really exciting. We were really surprised.
Well,
Shocked.
she cried for a minute, and I felt great.
The hope I had was actually becoming a reality. That's exactly what Habitat for Humanity is. It's hope.
I wanted to introduce you to David and Shelley, who are our future Habitat homeowners.
We were so blown away with the program, how it works, how it's not a handout, it is a hand up.
By the end, all our muscles were really, really tired, and we could barely hold a hammer, but we got it up. We got every single nail in.
We had to do 500 hours between them, juggling full-time jobs, schools, all the other issues that come up. And that's the kind of dedication our family takes back to the program.
We congratulate you and welcome you home.
Now we have a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2 full bath house.
We've been living in our house for almost 5 years this month, and I just can't believe that
I don't ever have to worry about rising rent prices ever again.
I have the pride of home ownership now and an overall sense of well-being. I'm so happy I applied for a Habitat home. It has changed mine and my family's lives in so many good ways.
You know, this is like a home for us.
No matter who we are, or where we come from, or what our story is, we all deserve to know we have the power to take care of ourselves and build our own futures. At Evergreen Habitat for Humanity, our shared vision is a world where everyone has a decent place to live.
Because you, me, we're all humans, and every single one of us deserves the opportunity for a better future.
Thank you to God, to the community, and to the people who chose our family, and to Evergreen Habitat for Humanity for letting us be a part of the amazing Habitat family.
I really cannot even say thank you enough to everybody who helped us get this.
Couldn't be happier, and I couldn't have done this without my great family.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Will you join us at Evergreen Habitat for Humanity in bringing home to more families?
Wow, there's really something special about hearing the many ways in which our families found their way to Habitat. We're so lucky to be part of their journey here at Evergreen. I want to close our time together with a resounding thank you. Thank you to all who joined us today and for each person who's been alongside Evergreen Habitat's own journey over the last 30 years. Our work is possible because of each and every one of you. Thank you for creating this space and community to celebrate the incredible accomplishments of the Prival-Larsen family. David, Shelley, and Darby, we wish you a lifetime of joy, happiness, and comfort in your new home. Congratulations on becoming homeowners. As I stand here at Johnson Village, our site of our brand new development, I think about our usual choir of ringing hammers, the sound of building homes, and hope, one nail at a time. This year, our hundreds of hammers were replaced with hundreds of hands, helping each other in any way we could. The hustle and bustle of the construction site was transformed, and our choir this year was heard when we turned to each other and asked, how can we help? So on the heels of another unique and challenging year, we can find comfort that there indeed is so much to celebrate. So thank you again for joining us here today at our Evergreen Habitat Raising the Roof event.